Femke Bol appears to be barely exerting herself as she crosses the finish line in Birmingham. Nothing that would indicate she was fighting for a spot in the championship. No pressure, no effort. Before we go any further, if you like these type of exciting videos, then you may subscribe to the channel for free in just 2 seconds. Alright, let's go back to our video.
Slovakian record holder, but it's still Broder's Bol, looking as though she's just striding out, just almost jogging. It looks so relaxed from Broder's Bol, while Gayanova getting into a good position and challenging down the home straight. Gayanova working so hard on her inside though. Broder's Bol almost walking across the line, just inside 2 minutes.
Keely Hodgkinson gives an entirely different performance a few moments later. She records the fastest time in the heats by attacking her heat from the gun, staying ahead, and preventing any racer from passing her.
Outside 30, I thought 57.2 at the bell was pretty quick actually for a first round heat, but they come round the bend now and into the straight. Hodgkinson untroubled. This looks a little bit more like the Keely Hodgkinson we've grown to know and love. Good running from Kolber, the German. She's stuck with her throughout. That maybe was her game plan. She's run really, really strongly here as Hodgkinson. And coming through for second place, it's Vancado, is it? No, it's Werro of Italy there who takes second spot.
Then Audrey Werro enters the track and adopts another strategy. From the first step to the finish, she simply controls the race as if the outcome had already been decided before it started. She doesn't charge or chase.
Vukovic in third place, working hard to stay with this pair as Riki keeps the rest at the bay there. They've got to come very wide if they want to get past her. It's been a good run from Riki. Werro checks over her shoulder. She must be feeling relaxed. The French athlete coming through there is Lieberman into third place. Riki needs to keep running hard. It's getting into the first three. Vukovic trying to come through on the inside. Werro is okay, but Riki is going to be run out of it into fourth place. Oh dear. For the home crowd in the stadium, 1:57.84. Very similar time there from Werro, as if to say to Keely Hodgkinson after that first.
This is what transpired. Hodgkinson's time was 1:57.28. Werro gave 1:57.83 in response. Bol won her heat in 1:59.96 when she competed in the 800 meters for the first time at a major event. On paper, those 3 qualifiers are doing precisely what was anticipated. But moving forward is never the only goal of championship heats. They are useful hints. And going into the same final, these 3 showed a peak of 3 entirely different strengths. Since Bol's narrative is the most intriguing in the stadium, let's start with her. This athlete has won 4 Olympic medals and 2 world titles. They all participated in one of the hardest events in track and field, the 400-meter hurdles. Even though she wasn't supposed to be present, she went out and won the race by treating it like a practice run. Have you ever observed how some athletes seem to effortlessly make a really challenging transition? Bol just succeeded in doing precisely that. Out of the 3 in the headline, her time was the slowest. Yes, but being the slowest does not imply being the least hazardous. It just implies that she was never forced to show off her full potential. In the first round, a 4-time Olympic medalist doesn't rush. After obtaining her qualification, she waits. Let's now discuss Hodgkinson. This is where things get even more intriguing, because her heat told a totally different tale than most folks had anticipated. It wasn't easy for the Olympic champion, who was aiming for a 3rd straight European crown. She later acknowledged that she had to give it her all in a heat, something she claims to have never done at this point in a championship. Take a moment to consider that. One of the best 800-meter runners of her time, and the current Olympic champion, acknowledged this field's strength enough to give it her all before the actual fight had even begun. That is not a red flag. It's a declaration. It demonstrates how the caliber of this tournament has increased to the point where even the greatest in the world can no longer afford to cruise. Werro is another. She is a 22-year-old Swiss athlete who is already among the world's most dangerous 800-meter runners. She moved within striking distance of Jarmila Kratochvilova's 1983 world record of 1:53.28, which has outlasted the lives of most competitors currently chasing it. With a time of 1:53.80 in Paris earlier this season, the 3rd fastest 800 meters in history, she defeated Hodgkinson handily back in June at Stockholm, clocking in at 1:53.98 to become the first woman under 1:54 since Kratochvilova. In the same race, Hodgkinson set a British record of 1:54.33, but he's still behind her. Therefore, it wasn't luck that Werro handled her heat with such composure in 1:57.83. Although she hasn't disclosed it yet, The athlete has already demonstrated that she can outrun practically everyone alive. The way each of these three ladies handled the race reveals exactly what kind of competitors they are, even if none of them had to show off their full talent in the first round. Bol tackled it as if it were a normal task. Hodgkinson approached it as a fight she was determined to win. Werro raced it as if he had already mastered the task. Different perspectives, same outcome. And for that reason, the 800-meter field on Thursday and Friday appears to be the deepest and most competitive that Europe has seen in years. The actual analysis starts here. Everyone anticipates that Werro, Bol, and Hodgkinson will easily advance to the final. What happens when there is nowhere to hide is the true question. Rarely do championship finals resemble Diamond League races. When three athletes are this dangerous, strategy becomes just as crucial as speed. Nobody wants to take the lead early and give a competitor the ideal finale. Everything changes if Friday's race becomes a slow, strategic conflict. All of a sudden, timing, patience, and positioning become crucial. So who gains the most? Who isn't scared to set the pace, Hodgkinson? Bol's explosive speed comes from her history in 400-meter hurdles. Or Werro, who has already used a powerful last kick to defeat Hodgkinson twice this season. This final is uncertain because there isn't a clear answer. The strongest runner in the heats isn't usually the winner, as history has demonstrated. They'll be competing against each other on Friday instead of simply the clock. Werro, on the other hand, stands for a younger generation that won't wait for its turn. She is already third on the all-time list at just 22 years old. She isn't simply racing to participate, she's after gold, and she's already defeated an Olympic champion head-to-head. This emerging talent feels she belongs at the top, and she's already showing it. This is what no one has said yet. What any of them accomplished 3 years ago, or even 3 months ago, is not really the focus of this story. It's about what they can accomplish on Friday night, when history and a European crown are at stake. The heats were just the start. Bol's shown her ability to qualify without giving away her best. From the first round, Hodgkinson demonstrated that she was prepared to battle. Werro showed total control without disclosing anything. But when every position counts and the pressure becomes unrelenting, which version of them emerges? Not even the athletes themselves are aware. We have a glimpse thanks to Birmingham. The final at Alexander Stadium on Friday will show who has really been conserving their best, and the semifinals will increase the strain. The final might be unforgettable if the heats were this thrilling. If you enjoyed this incredible and exciting track and field highlights, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.